Back with the WMAY morning news feed. Let's talk about some city business. I'm Greg Bishop. Tomorrow's the council roundup. City council is in session tonight, and we'll bring you all the highlights tomorrow. But to get a bit of a preview, we're now connecting in studio with Alderman Shawn Gregory. I'm Greg Bishop, and Alderman, thanks for taking time with us this morning. How you doing?
All right. No problem. Always my pleasure.
All right. So, of course, tonight's Springfield City Council meeting. It's a full committee. A full council meeting. Last week was the committee of the whole. Didn't really hear too much pop up. There was one thing on first reading that the mayor did read, and I wanted to bring you in because it deals with developments in the Southtown area. We've talked in the past about the CAP 1908 project. We've talked about some of the other Black history elements that you guys are looking to get more attention on, get more funds on to preserve and elevate that history. So tell us about this project that the mayor highlighted in first reading last week.
It is the CAP 1908. It's the first phase. It's the Business Incubator Social Innovation Center. It really gives opportunity for our community, the East Side community, and particularly to really have a place where they can go for resources, business assistance, things that are really bubbling in our community. We have a lot of young entrepreneurs, a lot of older entrepreneurs, even like myself. I've been in business for almost 2 years in May, and it's been good. But with more knowledge, you grow and really learn how to run a business. So, we took a trip with the Sanguine Growth Alliance, Ryan McGrady, some other elected officials up to Chicago, up to Pullman, Illinois, and really just toured that. And we went to a incubator called 1921, named after the Tulsa race riots. It was very interesting, and how many entrepreneurs and business people he's helped that in return start help building the community where it was around.
How do you foresee this like day to day? If people see this development and the renderings I've seen looks awesome, right? Well lit, nice indoor activities, kind of a what do they call those incubation spaces?
Absolutely.
So how do you foresee like the day-to-day type of operations there?
Day to day, me myself, I probably would go by, get me some coffee, get my laptop, go, anything I need to work on or print out, all of those things. Me and the president, Dominic Watson, have discussed multiple options, multiple needs in our community, really to start building that Southtown corridor up, along with investing in our existing business like Clay's Barbecue and Bourbon Street as well. I look forward to some conversations with helping them getting some projects off the ground and rolling as well, really as a total redevelopment of that area.
So is that going to be just a shared space, or will there be kind of guidance, mentorship, that type of thing?
All of those things. It's going to have some co-working spaces. It's going to have some private offices that people are going to be able to rent and lease. It's going to have all types of things just in that first phase of that. And this is just the first phase of this project that we're focusing on. And the city's, along with the mayor, we are really engaged investing. A couple of years ago, we did our anti-racism resolution, and really all 10 of us, voted to really look differently at investment on the East Side and try to put it as a priority. So I'm keeping with that, and this is just one phase of the redevelopment of Southtown.
So the mayor reading this ordinance on first reading, I think it was like $120,000 or something to that effect.
I want to say it's like 187. The building's 105, and then we got some parking lots in the back because there's not good parking. So that's one of the things we heard from a lot of people when we talked early about doing something. There was always the parking on that building, even when it was a beauty supply store.
And there's parking on the street, but
Correct.
There's only like 3 spots
exactly
right out front. So
exactly.
I could see, there's that space behind the building that could really provide an ample amount of parking.
Absolutely.
To make it convenient, because you want this to be convenient, right?
Absolutely. You want it to be convenient. You want it to be, centrally located, which it is, and you want it to offer the services that the community needs and wants. And in our ever changing world, that's something that we can adapt to right there, and turn something that has had a black eye on it. We've had some trouble in the space, and really getting into a responsible owner's hands who wants to do good things with the property, and we support them.
Well, it's on a major corridor into town too.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you can imagine fixing things up can be infectious.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it can spread, and there could be
Absolutely.
more pride of ownership
Yes,
and that
sir.
type of thing.
Yes,
So,
sir.
looking forward to those developments, and we'll track that as it goes through. Other things to discuss. We talked several weeks ago about the cannabis tax dollars
Mhm.
and how those are going to be implemented
Yeah.
for businesses and residential. Also, we've got the America Rescue Plan Act funds. So I guess talk about the priorities you're hoping, not just for the cannabis dollars, but for the ARPA money as well, and ensuring that there's equity when it comes to
Yeah.
distributing those dollars.
Right. Well, one of the things we want to do, we talk a lot about housing and things, and in the community I represent, we definitely want to take a nice dent into our housing, and that's in redevelopment and new affordable housing as well. And one of the focuses that me and our development department have really been thinking about is how do we add into the home ownership? Because right now, we have a bunch of rentals, and it's hard to get the landlord's assistance to really fix the properties up. So we have people living in substandard homes. We've been wrapping our mind around that of how we can help, a person that's been staying in their house 5 years become a homeowner of that very same home if they want to. A lot of people don't want to leave the community. They're happy in it, even in the shape that it's in, as it is getting better. But how do we help them, whether it's down payment assistance, things of that nature. So we want to take a major crack in that as well as I think I talked about this when we passed the John Taylor home of really looking at our TIF policies and really making some exceptions or something really to get the money into people's hands. I hear about that daily about, we have TIF, we have community development block funds, but it's a little difficult for us to use it, Sean. I don't have $3,000 to put with this. So, that really bothers me. And the mayor, he's in full agreement of really taking a look at that and doing the best we can to get dollars out the door.
You can see where those kind of stop gaps make sense,
Yeah,
though, right?
yeah.
Like with a big developer coming in, and they're
Yeah,
going to get some TIF money, and
absolutely.
I think what is it, like 30 some odd percent? They
33%, something like that. Yeah.
33%. But yeah, you would think that when it comes to residential areas that are really looking to revitalize
Absolutely.
and rehab,
Absolutely.
there might not be that ability to do those matching type of
Absolutely.
dollars. So we'll track that conversation
Yes,
as
sir.
well. Something else, we're talking with Springfield Alderman Shawn Gregory here on the WMAY Morning News Feed. I'm Greg Bishop. Alderman, the situation of people experiencing homelessness. It's a major issue. We haven't had real cold weather yet,
Yeah.
but we all know it's coming.
Right.
And it's one of these things where people walking around on their lunch break downtown. They see the homeless population. You hear the just the horrible stories there are, and people not being able to get the assistance. Where are we at on this? And is there an end game? Is there a point where we can say we've succeeded, or is this just going to be something that is constantly having to be a focus and retraining and retooling and getting services where they need to go?
Well, I definitely think you hit the nail on the head with really rethinking and retraining how we're going to attack this. And I think that we have to get to the core of the issues that we as a country know about. Our mental health and poverty and things of that nature have to be addressed. So we can see some of this decrease for Springfield in particular. We have the building on 11th Street right now that we is our emergency shelter. We know it can't be forever, so hopefully the continuum of care will have something ready by May for a more permanent solution. We know. Supportive housing and rapid rehousing is really, really the strong goal. But being the mayor, we really have some strong feelings about the street homeless and people who really don't fit into all of these categories to get them into rapid housing. How do we address the things that are holding them back, whether it's they don't have a social or whatever it is. People have some very unique situations that hold them back from getting into these categories to get them off and rolling. So we really want to look at that and because we think that is where it's bottling up at is people who just don't fit into these categories. So and we have to do all we can to help them. One thing that I'm always going to do, I'm always going to support in the summertime of having someplace cool for them to go, and I'm always going to support somewhere in the winter, no matter what, no matter what money we got to spend.
Are we ready though for this coming winter?
Oh yeah, the building that we have is plenty big, and there's some additions to it that haven't been tore down or anything like that until we come to this railroad thing. So that's why it's important to really try to get a permanent solution in place before this next winter. And we talked about this last year, so I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully Josh and the crew can deliver something good for us.
And we'll keep an eye on that as well. Springfield Alderman Shawn Gregory, greatly appreciate your time. Any
Always.
New Year's resolutions you want to share?
Oh man, I'm trying to gain a little weight. I'm trying.
Everybody's trying to lose weight.
I'm trying to gain a
Alderman
little
Gregory's
bit.
trying to gain some weight.
I want to gain a little bit and really just stay focused on the task at hand of changing our community. And, that involves a lot of moving around. So that's why I'm trying to keep my energy up. My community and the elders in it have really done a good job of really keeping me focused. And I appreciate them for that.
Alderman Shawn Gregory here on the WMAY Morning News Feed. Always appreciate you having
Always,
you. And
always.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yes,
all right?
sir. Yes,
Happy
sir.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
It is the WMAY Morning News Feed, now 7:52. And your forecast.